Anyways.
What was the other news?
The other news is that Universal was apparently in a bidding war and won out for the film rights to Asteroids. That's right, folks. The movie you've been waiting to see on the big screen.
Like, what kind of bidding war could that have been? Like, $6. Like, well,
No.
I guess we'll give $7. Like, who's laying out money, going like, finally, we can make the Asteroids movie, even though we could actually probably just call the movie Asteroids and have it be about asteroids without.
Well, like, yeah, the number one question is, what are you gonna do with like how?
That is not the number one question.
Okay, what's the number one question?
Who do you cast as the ship? Ben Affleck.
A triangle.
Triangle's busy.
I think Ed Norton
as the ship.
as the ship. Ed Norton is the ship.
But like, yeah, like what
Tommy
is it?
Lee Jones is the big flying saucer.
What is
and
it?
John Leguizamo is the small one.
What is it about about asteroids that you're paying for? It's like there's no fiction. It's space. You can already make space movies. You don't need a license for space.
There are rocks flying around.
They're not even colored in. It's an outline of
Well,
rock.
the 2600 version they are.
They didn't buy that. It's a separate bidding war.
Yeah, that's
We're
true.
making Asteroids for the 2600, the movie.
And even like the name, like that is a terrible name for a movie, for anything at this
It's
point.
great. Like, if you were making a sci-fi original movie,
Asteroids.
Totally. Why not?
Yeah, isn't there like an enormous
Discovery Channel?
there's like
documentary.
a huge cheese factor if you try to invoke the nostalgia, right?
Yeah, I feel like you have to go like corny black hole style.
Yeah.
Last
of,
Starfighter.
of sci-fi.
All
So
right.
you put an exclamation point at the end, and it's Asteroids.
Maybe it's a documentary about the game, though.
Maybe it's a Trey Parker musical. Asteroids the musical.
That's worth $6.
That
No,
I would,
it's
that I
being,
would
it's
be
being
into.
produced by Lorenzo de Bonaventura.
Oh, that guy.
Who
What?
He's the guy who produced such recent hits as G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra, and Transformers, the thing of the thing.
So he knows how to
Revenge
take a
of the Fallen.
property and really meld it into
He knows how
something
to. He knows how to
awesome.
take a name and then add a colon and then add a subtitle. So
Asteroids. Beware falling rocks.
Asteroids, The Big Impact.
There you go.
Asteroids.
The Warp Zone.
Asteroids Armageddon.
Asteroids, This Ain't No Game.
In this scene, the ship is comforting the small flying saucer by putting animal crackers on its stomach, and then the Aerosmith song plays.
And then it's being written by the guy who wrote Bedtime Stories and Race to Witch Mountain. So
it's a kids movie.
So The Rock
and
against the rocks.
Precocious kids.
Really well rendered asteroids
Yeah.
that you can't tell what they are. Is that an asteroid? I can't tell.
Like, you're not going to...
Maybe
This
it's about
movie is never going to come
maybe
out.
it's about a kid
This
who
movie's
plays the game.
never going
It's
to come
gotta
out.
have, if you're gonna buy it, it's got to have the game in it. Got to.
Why?
Just because
Who
otherwise
would
you
remember the game?
otherwise you
Like,
call the game Meteors, or you call the movie Meteors, and you're done.
just call it Asteroids because that's what they're called. It's not like Asteroids. The game has the rights to all things called asteroids.
They invented that term. They were scientists.
Meteoroids.
Neil deGrasse was the maker of asteroids. The greatest. What's his name?
The whole
Neil
thing is
deGrasse
like
Tyson.
it's a baffling
Like, this just doesn't seem true to me. That's what I'm getting at. Is
think it's
this
fake?
seems fake?
The same guy
Because
who
that's-
bought Midway originally.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
bought
This is just
this.
like a Mark Thomas investment fiasco, where he was able to buy the rights to that for $5 and was able to get 1,000 times his investment out.
Maybe that's the thing. Maybe this is like a bidding war that was invented by a rival studio that just wanted to con Universal into spending all this money on this
Yeah, this hot property,
hot
Asteroids.
property asteroids, and they get in and they go, "What the fuck are we going to do
Wasn't
with
somebody
asteroids?"
making Joust too at some point?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, stuff like Joust and Crazy Taxi, which I guess Richard Donner was attached to the Crazy Taxi thing years ago.
Right.
Haven't heard anything on that, surprisingly.
Oh,
Joust
weird.
could be awesome.
That's like a Queen Latifah, Jimmy Fallon type thing.
Yeah,
But
Crazy Taxi?
Crazy.
but crazier.
Asteroids.
Asteroids, dude. I can't. Yeah,
I could not
baffled.
think of a game with any less story than Asteroids. I think even like Centipede, Defender.
Space Invaders. Like, at least those have like something that's a little more like setting wise unique.
or like doesn't happen in. Well, I guess a ship
Combat.
Asteroid.
Combat has less backstory.
But the tanks could disappear sometimes.
But there are
Put it
more
on the
options
It
road.
was,
to
it was three
combat.
planes versus one big plane.
Sometimes,
And-
yeah. Sometimes the tanks were invisible. You had the
Yeah.
clouds.
Mhm.
I I think you're just inferring some kind of narrative framework there.
I'm saying that there's just simply more to it. Asteroids is literally a triangular ship and fucking rocks.
But yeah, but
like you can't really get that much more minimal. Like Pac-Man has more going on in it. Space Invaders.
But it's set in a
it.
dystopian neo-corporate future where minerals are at a premium, and one man
If you wanna
carves
make-
out
and
his
your ship can go
fortune.
into hyperspace.
If you want to make that happen, sure, but you don't need the asteroids
No,
license
I
to do
fully,
it.
What are you
fully
talking
agree with
about?
you.
All the asteroid miners are dead. You can't. You're the last one.
Until
Haven't
the
seen
sequel,
anyone mine an
Asteroids
asteroid
Deluxe.
like you since.
We've
Since your
replaced your
father.
hyperspace with a shield.
Your father would have gone out there and mined asteroids.
My father is dead
There we go. He just wrote the movie. This is the
because
biggest,
of rocks like these.
this is the biggest asteroid ever. Just run, Jace, run! Fly out of there. I could take it.
Did you,
Hope Matthew Lowe